Welcome to another episode of I'm Slept On with I'm Coming. Here we are with Samuel Cole out of Houston, Texas, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So you telling me you just came back from a workout?
I did.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
How was it?
It was good. Lots of shots put up, worked on finishing, dribbling, dribble handoffs, everything, a little bit of everything.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So talk about growing up in Houston. You've been in Houston your whole life. Just kind of talk about your childhood growing up.
It was fun, I feel like this city, it feels like home to me. Like, a lot of people just want to go to different places, like out of college. I feel like I'm here at home right here, you know?
Yeah. So growing up, you're the youngest of three. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of talk about like the advantages that you get to have watching two other people do it before you.
I feel like my older brothers were a great role model for me, as well as like the determination they had to get to what they want and where they are like right now. I feel like it's really inspired me as like what I want right now. I'm trying to get to where I want like right now. It's really just pushed me and everything. And like being the youngest, my mom spoiled me like with everything I ever wanted, so it was cool.
So you talk about your mom, so just kind of talk about like what's the difference between your mom and your dad, like in the point of your career right now? Like,
My mom's definitely more like loving and caring, and my dad, he really just wants the best for me, just trying to push me every day. My mom's like that too, but she's more like lenient.
Yeah.
I'm definitely mom.
she'll let you slide a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so where did you get the basketball? Which parent did you get the basketball from, or was it just kind of like something you just fell in love with?
I think it was from my brother playing at the Y when he was he was like 5. I was like 2, and I was like, Mom, Dad, like I want to play with him, I want to play with them. And they're like, no, like you're too young, but I still played. It was fun. Like I was the smallest out there, the youngest out there, but I definitely adapted well.
So you've been playing since you was, what, 2, 3 years old? Just playing around, basically?
Yeah.
When did you take it serious?
I'd say like 7th grade, 8th grade, when I moved to Fort Bend Christian private school.
Okay. So you always been in private school? You know?
Nah, I went to public school until 8th grade, then I went to private school.
Okay. So you would say your brother influenced you the most?
Yeah.
Yeah. But did your brother play in high school, or did he play?
He played in high school, but he also played football. He liked football way more, but he played around with basketball just because I was playing.
Got you. Did you ever play any sports, or you
I played basketball, and then I took like a break, and I played soccer. I was a really good soccer player.
Yeah?
Like really good.
But you was fast?
Fast. I had great footwork. I could shoot that thing.
Yeah. So, fall in love with basketball, like that takes time to develop anyways. But you being a smart kid that you are, you got a high GPA. So how do you kind of manage everything that you're doing right now?
I feel like life is all about just balancing everything, time with family, time with friends, school, basketball, everything. I think everything just needs time, and everything just needs the time it needs.
So the space that you in right now, do you feel like you already kind of preparing for college, or you already in that college mode?
I think I'm in that college mode right now.
You in the college mode right now?
Definitely.
Yeah. So what time do you wake up pretty much? What time, majority of the time?
8. Well, right now we're on break. I say like 9, 10 maybe, but like school days, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So the prep school that you go to, they have the classes and they have the whole thing, the curriculum and the sports? Okay. So they have so you go to school and then you got practice?
It's online. Like,
it's all online?
Yeah, I wake up, I get on my computer, I log into the class, and they teach me through the computer.
Oh, so you never had to go to a school? Oh yeah, you in college already? Yeah, you good. You living good. So talk about like your middle school years. You say you played soccer. Was that when you played soccer?
Nah, I played soccer like elementary until like 5th grade, and then I wanted to play basketball again. And I also tried football for a little, but basketball was definitely like the main thing.
Yeah. What drove you to want to play soccer?
I think my mom just put me in it, and at first I didn't really like it, and then I ended up like being better than I thought I would be, just because I was fast.
Yeah.
And then all the other skills just needed time to develop, and I ended up developing it. So it just
So
came.
do you feel like that helped you in a sense for basketball?
Yeah.
And what aspect?
Just my quickness. I feel like I have an advantage over other people because I'm way more quicker than them.
Right. Yeah, and I think like that's a big advantage, especially like for point guards. Like we say, oh man, I wish I was 6'6" or 6 whatever. Like you know what I'm saying. But for us, like we have advantages too for being short, like being low to the ground, handling the ball, being able to get to a point faster. But yeah, I definitely think that was so the football thing. That didn't work. You just played that for like a year or so.
I was good at football, but I ended up hurting my shoulder. I remember, and at first, cause like I was just playing for fun, but
Right.
then I went to high school and started getting more serious. I was like, I'm just playing for fun. Like I don't want to get this serious, and I hurt my shoulder. I'm like, yeah, I'm just sticking.
Yeah, you hurt your shooting shoulder too.
It was all right.
yeah.
But it was definitely like an advantage because I ended up doing everything with my left hand. I was riding with my left hand. Every day I'd go outside, shoot my left hand, brush my teeth with my left hand, everything. And so I ended up being ambidextrous. Now I could do anything with my left or right.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you can shoot your left a little bit?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah? Yeah. So high school, so you were a class of 23? Mm-hmm. So you're a senior, you a senior this year?
Now I'm 24.
24, so you're a junior. So when did you leave the regular school, like prep school or private school?
Last year, right? I transferred
So you
from
did
there
on
last year.
PSAT, this your second year?
This is my first year.
First year being. Oh, so when I first seen you, that was like
That was our first game ever.
Oh, as a
Ever.
as a school or whatever, the prep school. Mm-hmm. Oh, dang! So this the first year it's been open?
This is the second year it's been open, but this was like everyone's first year on the team.
Got you. Okay. So that was considered. So what do you play during the summertime?
What do you mean?
Do y'all play in the summertime with the
Nah,
PSAT team?
it's AAU.
Okay.
Everyone scatters and goes to different teams.
Okay, that's what I thought. So what? I'm gonna see you in the fall time. It was fall. It must have been early fall. I had seen you, and it was like something. But what was the reason for you really leaving high school and wanting to go prep?
I think just the situation I was in, like come February, March, April, May, it started to my stress levels started to go up, like my anxiety levels with everything. Something happened, like a situation happened with something, and it took a toll on my mind. Then like all of that stacking up, like the private school education, homework, and like the test and the overload of work, as well as like we were going into playoffs, and that like everything was just stacking up, and I just ended up telling them that I just didn't want to be there. I wasn't happy there.
So it was a situation that happened at the school,
Yeah.
and then it was like in the playoff time. So you had like school event, playoff time,
And then something else.
and then something else happened. So it was just kind of like a whole like issue to where it's just
Yeah.
kind of like you felt like you couldn't really handle it.
Yeah, I felt like God was just telling me I had to go somewhere different, like it wasn't my home anymore. Because at first, I really loved FBCA. It just felt like everything I needed at the time. But then, like, come that last year, it was just definitely not what I needed.
And that was your sophomore year of high school.
Junior.
Your junior year. So you left. So you left your sophomore year of the private school. Okay. So sophomore, you left at the end of your sophomore year. So that summer, that's when I first seen you was going into that summer or that fall, starting your junior year.
Yeah,
correct? Okay.
2024.
Yeah. So what did you learn from those issues or being able to manage? Because like your mom said that you managing a lot now, and it seemed like it was a lot then. So what changed from that point in your career to now to where you kind of managing? Like what made it more easier than that? Like do you feel like it was just more maturity young or?
I feel like I grew a lot from that thing that happened, and like leaving the school, like school-wise, now that I do it at home, it's definitely easier and like less homework, but it's still effective learning. But like at private school, it was just overload off overload off overload.
Because academics was really pushed.
Yeah.
Got you. And I'm not saying that academics not important, but it is. I feel like a point like private school really push academics.
Yeah.
When as the athlete, you want to have that balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause you want to be good. This is what you want to go. You want to go school to hoop. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, what's your GPA like?
4.6, 7.
Yeah, 4 point. You know what I'm saying? So you doing what you're supposed to do in the classes, and that's at a prep school. You know what I'm saying? So you basically in your college world already. So it's like, I feel like a lot of kids are in that situation where maybe parents put those expectations on them and be like, hey, you're gonna do these honor classes, or you're gonna do this, do that. If you're gonna do that, education is first. Yeah, I feel like education is first, but I feel like it's gotta be a balance somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, so do you feel like moving to PSE has been beneficial for you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was definitely the right move.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
How so?
Just the coaching staff right now, Coach Ed, you could tell he cares about me. You know, he talks to me after practice, like almost every day. He's like, I care about you and I have like so much to give you, but you have to like want it,
Right.
and you have to go get it. And I was like, yes, sir. And just academics wise, like I said, less stress, but more learning. Like I feel like I'm learning better.
So you feel like you learning more than when they was palling on?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They always say less is more. So we talk about the biggest lesson. What would you say your biggest lesson was from that event? Or just from then until now? What would you say, like, what would you want to tell somebody, like, hey, if they went through that situation, what would you tell them?
Just letting go, like learn to let go of stuff that's in the past. There's no need to cling on to what happened or what else is like in the past. Just let it all go, because someone else could carry it, God could carry it.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. And I feel like, especially y'all generation, like, it's kind of, I was just this comment or this post where, matter of fact, I think I posted 2 Chainz. No, not 2 Chainz. I don't even know who it was, but anyway, I watched this podcast and it was saying that y'all generation y'all want to act like big bros and carry all that weight when y'all not built to carry that weight at that young age.
Yeah,
like,
we
you know,
just kids. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you wanna have that mentality of big bro mentality, but it's a lot of stuff that you ain't went through that you gotta experience to get that label. You know what I'm saying? Like to have an OG or have that OG or big bro label. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta beat them things, go through some things to be a big bro or OG. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's where a lot of kids y'all age, you know what I'm saying? Like, they fail because they want to be that so bad that they realize, oh, it come with a lot more than just saying or seeing somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but that's definitely a good lesson to let go. So I watched you a couple times on Instagram and stuff. You train with T-Mac. So just talk about that experience training with T-Mac, because I mean, definitely one of the best to play the game for sure at that position.
I feel like I'm learning a lot more from training with him. He teaches me, like, even though I have quick feet and that I'm quick, everything's about like pace. So if I do like a tween cross like fast, it's not gonna work. But like if I pace it and then go, like, I'll mix them up. Just everything's about pace. And then we've also been doing a lot of footwork, you know, jab, all that stuff. I'm just learning everything.
So what's the biggest like life lesson that you kind of learned from him? I mean, granted his league experience or just life in general.
Hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Got you, man. And then I definitely could see like your game grown since the first time I had seen you until the last time I had recorded you. Just your pace, your shooting has gotten better for sure. Like, you shot it well the first time, but like I feel like off the dribble, like you shoot it a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like you control the game a little bit more. And then you playing with another good another good guard, Christian.
Christian.
So yeah, so how was that playing with him? Like, cause y'all both small. Like y'all got a small backcourt. So just kind of talk about that.
Nah, that's definitely. He's grown to be like my brother, man. He texts me after every game, like, good game. Like, even when I have bad games or he has bad games, we're just looking out for each other. Like, we're gonna get better tomorrow. We're gonna go get this. Like, that's my bro for sure.
Right. So y'all recently just played a game against Good Vision. You know, that was supposed to be like one of the biggest games of the year or whatever. But just kind of talk about like the atmosphere and the statement that y'all kind of wanted to put down, like, hey, this is what we do. Like, we run this.
I felt like the atmosphere was like really hot from like the start, just delaying the game by like 5 minutes because of some issues. But then like the crowd started talking, like everyone was just, it was spicy and like it was a lot going on at like some point at all times. And so the statement we put out, I guess that we're the #1 team in Houston, not to be touched with. No one could mess with us.
Yeah. So talk about the league that y'all in right now, that Sloan put on for y'all. Just kind of talk about like the advantages and just the opportunity that y'all get to have with that.
It's a good competition, definitely. There's some great teams, great players in it. I feel like college coaches can definitely come and watch a great game and scout people on every team. Like, even off the bench, there's someone that's elite.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely. The last time I recorded at one of his events, like it seemed like every team had somebody. Like whether they was like a freshman or a senior, like every team had somebody. So it was like pretty dope to see. I'm like, dang, am I in a college event? Like that's how it really was. But nah, it was super dope. So the family support, man. Like to your point, like so you've been in this spot 17 years, basically. They said so. That's what your dad said. He was like, man, I was like, how long you been here? He was like, well, son, you been here all his life, so 17 years for sure. But, so just kind of talk about like your family support and just in everything, like sports, life, and just supporting every decision.
They're definitely on my side the whole time, rooting for me. I feel like my mom supports me the most. Like sometimes, I had some times where I'm like, can I really do this? Like, should I give up? Am I good enough? And she's like, of course you're gonna, like, if you weren't good enough, I wouldn't have I haven't sacrificed this much for you and put you in this situation. Like, you're good enough, you could do this, and I believe in you.
So do you feel like, if they, what would they say, what if they had said, what do you, like, have they ever asked you, what do you believe? Like what would you say?
It depends on, like, the day, because with me, like, if I got an off day, I'm like, wow, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But, like, a regular day or, like, a day that I'm going, it's like, I could definitely do this. Like, I could make some money off of this.
Right. So what's the biggest challenge, like, when you say, what's the difference between hearing them say you could do it and you telling yourself you can do it? Because I feel like a lot of kids, they do lack that support system. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can kind of tell through like social media who has a good support system and stuff like that, just based off the likes, shares, and you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. It's just kind of, and it does take a toll. Like social media does play a big part in your emotions as a human being, you know what I'm saying? But like the older you get, like you just kind of mature away from it and be like, that really don't matter. But that support as a young, like, how does that like feel and make you? So do you pay attention to like a lot of social media stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. I feel like all that stuff really doesn't matter if you don't believe in yourself. Like, I'm the one doing it. I'm the one putting all these hours in. Like, it's all not gonna matter if I don't believe in myself.
Right. Yeah. So. But yeah, I definitely think that family support system or your close circle that's your #1 to get to where you want to go. Like it has to be. Like you only can go so far by yourself, but I do believe you have to go so far by yourself to get that circle. Like I feel like everybody's looking for that circle or looking for this and that, but I don't believe people actually try to strive by themselves as long as they can until maybe God or whoever just comes across their path to be able to help them get to the next level.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So your greatest moment up to this point?
Like basketball-wise,
Basketball, life, whatever.
I'd say hitting a game winner my freshman year. That was definitely a great moment. We were down like 20 with like
Oh, snap.
with like 2 minutes left, and everyone was just
With
like
2 minutes left?
Yes, everyone was just like locked in, like steal after steal. We were down by 2 with 10 seconds left, and I came down the court. I hit him with the in and out cross. I hit it, and like the whole crowd was like standing up, like everyone was just going crazy, and we ended up like winning, and then that was like the district championship game, so we ended up winning like the district championship. It was a great moment, and I remember my coach cried, and like everyone was just hyping me up. It's definitely
22 minutes? That's wild.
nah for sure.
Like that's really wild. That's really wild. So I wanted to talk about this, and it just happened to come up, but I want to talk about one of the guys that came on, girls that came on. Austin Rivers had just talked about it. He talked about the highlight culture. So he was just kind of talking about a lot of kids nowadays really don't deserve a mixtape or stuff like this. Back in his day, that they really earned a mixtape. Like, you know, you had to be really good.
Yeah.
So what is your thoughts on that? Like, as far as parents want to just pay just to see their kids highlight tape, like, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like, is it driven, or do you feel like it's like necessary nowadays to actually have a tape?
I think it's necessary because our age has come to like social media is everything. So if a college coach or like anyone, a scout wants to see you, they're gonna look up your name on Instagram, go through everything. Like if your highlights are on there, they're gonna see it. Like
For
I
sure.
feel like it's necessary.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I was. Like when he said it, I was kind of like, yeah, I do agree to a certain extent, but I do feel like it's necessary just because of COVID. You know, like COVID, all these diseases or whatever, pox, or you know what I'm saying, like all this different type of stuff. Like I feel like it's necessary, but I do feel like it's only necessary if you're good. Like, like if you're not good, I feel like you don't deserve nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like third, fourth grade, fifth, like ain't nobody looking at you. Like, what do you need a mixtape for? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're in that stage of life to where you need to go to the next level, or you trying to get to the next level, I do feel like you do need it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. So right now, do you feel like you on the bad side of politics, or do you feel like you're on the good side of politics because of your height?
Bad, definitely. Yeah. I feel like most people overlook me because of my size, but really it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because the size of my heart is bigger than yours. Like, it don't really matter that much.
I mean, and you play people all the time that's bigger than, you know what I'm saying? You
all the
perform.
time.
So it's like you always gonna play probably somebody bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Just because of your size. But just kind of talk about like advantages that I mean we talked about it earlier, but like the advantages that you have, that you see in a game that you might have against those taller defenders.
Sometimes I like to like give the big man a pump fake and then pass between their legs. I feel like that's definitely an advantage because their legs is most of the time like wide open.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would I not pass it through your legs?
Right. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Well, it was good having you on the show, man. Episode 3, Samuel Cole, PSAT Academy. Man, good having you, man. Good luck on the rest of the year. Who you want to see on the show, man?
I'd like to see. Let's get Christian on here.
Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually is on my list though. I definitely want to get him on there. But yeah, man, it's good seeing you. Opportunity. Thank you for letting me in the house. And yeah, man. Until next time, we out.